Hello guys, welcome to another class with me. It's been a while. I don't show up here, but today we're going to talk about how to digitize those physical patterns that you have. And also we're going to use this pattern as a reference to talk about a little bit about grading. So to begin with, we're going to use Photoshop to edit the photo. We're going to use a vector program. You could use Corel Draw or Illustrator. And I'm gonna show you an alternative to that is importing into Clo3D and Style3D, and we're gonna work on those grading lines as well. So if you want to learn how to do it, let's do it together, shall we? The first thing you have to do is to take a picture of your pattern. So this is a picture I've taken from this pattern. This is a very old pattern that I found from a sewing place that we have here from our church. And I found this old pattern and I decided to bring it to the 3D software to use because it's a Vogue version and it seems very precise, and we're also going to check it if the precision is okay. But it also has the gradings, which is very useful, especially to me. And we're gonna make this as well. So I'm gonna try to make it this as quick as possible, so just follow along and you understand. I've placed the patterns on the floor because we have those tiles that you could measure and use it as a reference, because you need a real measurement to use as reference to resize this picture at the real size. Okay, so I placed the pattern on the floor. I've just stepped it over a chair and took a picture of it. And you don't need to worry about being as straight as possible because we're gonna fix that in Photoshop. Now, what you just need to know is the size of this tile. So my tile, it's 52 by 52. So I have 52 centimeters here, right? So this is what you need to know before going to another software. And let's go inside Photoshop. I'm gonna drag and drop the real picture that I have here. So I just drag and drop the picture that I've taken here. You can see that I have right here on the edges, that's because of the camera, it looks wider. So we're gonna fix that using a tool that is called, let me see if I can find it here. If it's not showing here, you can go to those three dots, right click on the edge, and you're gonna find this perspective cut. I'm sorry, my Photoshop is in Portuguese, but it's the perspective cut tool that you have to activate. It has this grid shape, and once you have it selected, you could just start clicking on the edge of those tile lines. So you have those tile lines for a reason, just so that you could align the patterns very straight. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start by right here. So I'm gonna click here and then click on the next edge and keep doing this and finish right here at the middle of this line. Okay, so once you have done this, you can just press enter and it's going to make it very straight. So if you have a widening at the edges, it's gonna make it square, so it's gonna be more precise. And once you're done with it, you just have to save this image. This is all we're gonna do right here, so it's not that complex. You just click save. Okay, and now we're gonna go into Corel Draw, and you could just use Illustrator if you want to. More comfortable working with this, but because that's the software our industry here uses a lot. So I'm just gonna import this picture that I've done and bring it here. So I'm aware that my tile has 52 centimeters. So I'm just gonna make a square here and resize it like to 52. So it's already in centimeters here. So I'm gonna just type 52 and 52. So I just got this size, and I'm gonna resize my image to fit one tile inside this square, right? So yeah, and I'm just gonna bring it down a little bit more, until I get right underneath this. I know that 52, it's right here at this edge, so I wanna make it a little bit more. We're almost there. I believe I could just click here and drag to this edge, and we're almost there. So this is not so precise, okay? This is not extremely precise. It's just a way that you could get a digital version of your pattern, and then you could fix it in the 3D software, because right over there you can resize the shape of the patterns. So once I'm done just trying to resize my pattern, I'm gonna grab the original pattern that I have right here, and I'm gonna measure using a tape and check it with the digital version of it. So here I got it's 61 centimeters, and I'm gonna measure inside Corel Draw. So right here on the software we have this tool on the edge, and once I click over it, whatever line I trace, it gives me a measurement. It's very small, but I can zoom in, and it gives me the length in centimeters. So I'm gonna try to check this this length right here. So I have 60.92, so it's we're almost there. It's just a little bit different. So I've just adjusted a little bit, and I have 61.06, so we're close. And now once I'm done, what I could do here is just use the B-spline tool and start drawing it, because here I can make curves. You could do the same thing I'm doing here inside Style3D. Okay, you could just import the image and resize it. It works the same. But I'm wondering, like, you don't have a 3D software you're gonna use, you just need a digital version of your pattern. So this would be enough. You could just stop right there. Once you digitize it, you have a digital version of it, and it's all good. So this is option number 1, but let's say you're gonna need a 3D software, and let's jump into our option number 2. So I'm gonna start with a Style3D. Right here inside Style3D, we have this option to import a sketch. So once I click here, so you go to File, Import Sketch, I could just import that image. So it's important to me to just save it. So I'm just gonna export this. Oops. So I'm gonna save it as I could save it as an Illustrator, as a PDF, or a PNG, because once I import as sketch, I can import on those type of files. Okay, so I'm just gonna save as PNG, and gonna say pattern, doesn't matter. So I have right here the real size in centimeters, and that's what I'm gonna save, the real size of this image. So if you just need to confirm that, you go right here and just double check it. You could just trace a line here, or once you click over it, you have the measurements here. So you have those two options. So Control E, you export it, and I'll just say pattern, and I have those measurements here, and I'll just say okay. So I'm gonna go in here, we're already saving it, and import this image as a sketch. So once you imported this right here in Style3D and you click over it, you have those measurements right here, and it's pretty much the same. So all you have to do right now is to redraw this pattern. So we're gonna start with the edges. All right, you can zoom in using the scroll of your mouse, and right here you just go over it. If you want to make curves, you just press Ctrl and you're gonna make a curved shape. So you don't need to worry about this right now because you can fix this pattern later, or you could just go dot by dot doing it. And this is the edge point, so you just release Ctrl because the edges, we need them to be as the enter point of the pattern. And just go ahead and keep doing the curves. So right here we have a curve, and we need to press Ctrl, and I'm just making right here very precisely. But imagine you have this situation right here where you've just missed a spot and you need to fix it. So what you could do is you could just add edit curvature, or you just edit curve points. Okay, so when you click on this tool, you could add another curve point right here where is the blue dot, and you just click and drag to fix this curve. Okay, so it's very easy to fix in case you've missed a spot in the pattern, and we just can keep going. So once you're done, you could just try to make the grading. I guess I'm gonna adjust this curve a little bit more smooth, and I think we're good. Let me check. Oh, right here I've just missed it. It's way too much open, and I guess I'm gonna bring it up a little bit, and I think we're good. So to get started with the grading, first we need to assign the sizes that we want. Since we have a lot of sizes here, I'm just gonna make 3 so you can understand how it works. And we go to the edit grading tool, and then we go to measure right here on this tab, and we select the third option, okay, right here. So we have the size M, that is the medium base, and we're gonna add more sizes. Okay, so let's say I have this is a 52. I guess it would be an extra large size, so I would say XXL and XL and a large. Oops. And the large. Oh, let me make it big. Capital letters. XL and XXL. Okay, so this is my base because it's the biggest size that we have, and then we have all the other sizes below it. So so this is gonna be ticked as the base pattern because it's where the grading is gonna start from. And if I let's say I just want to make it bigger, so I would have to have the size that I want to be bigger as the base. So let's say I have large and I want extra large, so I would have this ticked as the base, right? And the others, the pattern is gonna grow out of it, right? So this is gonna be my base, and I'm gonna go to home and edit grading, and now I could just click over this dot and I have all the sizes here. So let's say I want to increase, I want to decrease 1 centimeter because it seems like it's what's going on here. and we're gonna double check it, of course. But if I just edit from here, I can edit one pattern at a time, and right here I can edit them all. What I should do is, this system works with X and Y, so you need to understand that X refers to the horizontal line and Y to the vertical lines. So if I want to make it go down, I need to edit the y-axis. So I'm just gonna type 1, and you can see it's going up, so I need it to go down, so I'm gonna type -1, right? So I see I have more than 1 centimeter on this extra large sizes. It seems like it's 2 centimeters, because that's how extra large sizes are graded. They go 2 by 2. So right here I got the right spot, so it seems at the right place. So I could just do the same thing here, and right here we can do pretty much the same. So right here I'm gonna go 1 centimeter to the x-axis and -1.2 to the y-axis, and I've just got the right position of those points. And for this point, I'm just gonna make it on the x 1 centimeter, and we're good. So we're almost there, and I need to do on the other edge as well. And for this case, we need to go to the other side, so it's gonna be -1. And right here, the same thing, but the opposite. So we need to go down 1.2, so -1.2, and right here -1, and we've got the right position. And here this dot just got aligned perfectly, and we didn't have to edit it. So you see how cool it works? And you could do that with all the other sizes. So if you want to add more sizes, is you go to edit grading, you click on this dot, and you have to adjust those numbers right here for the other sizes, like grade 4 and 5. All right, so this is what happened to me, because I had this a point activated this option, follow nearby vertices, and this is what happens. Once you get this activated, it just follows the same measurement you have applied to the vertices that are very near to it. So if you have this deactivated and you need to type a specific number, this is how it works. You just have to click over it and say to type it manually to all the other sizes that you need, like a 1 maybe, you know. It's just do the grading as the way it should. And if you want to grade one size separately, you just go to the one that you need and just type whatever measurement you need to grade it. So this is how it works. For those added measurements, you just need to type it manually, like -2, sorry. Or you could just go to -2, and it's gonna adjust the others, you know. So you don't, if you have added like 2 or 4 more grades to it, you just could retype it on all, because it's gonna add to all the other new grades, all new gradings that you have added. All right, but there's one thing we're missing here. It's that we have a raglan sleeve, so we didn't do this sleeve shape right here, and we have to redo it. So what you could do is you could just make a copy of it to save it for later if you need to use in another project, or you could just use the pen and draw. You will create an internal line. Press Ctrl to shape the curves. And once you're done with it, what you could do is you could just make a copy to save this shape. And for this new shape right here, let me reposition it. You're gonna click over this line with the Z of your keyboard and cut. So you cut and you have the sleeve shape right here. Very neat. And the same thing we do with the next sleeve. And if you're good, if you're okay with it, you don't have to fix anything. You just cut it using this edit pattern tool right here. And we're good to go. You can just unfold those patterns. So just click. Let me take it out of this image. I could delete this if I don't need it anymore. And I could just unfold this. So this is my back. I could click over this line with the edit pattern tool. That is the Z of your keyboard. Symmetry pattern with edge, and same thing here. Symmetry pattern with edge, and you just make the length that you want. Maybe if I want to offset pattern outline, and I'll make it a 30 or maybe a 50, and I'm okay with it. And offset pattern outline. So same thing with the sleeves. And what I could do with this is I make a symmetric copy of it. Symmetry pattern with seam. So I have this a mirrored version of this sleeve. Okay. I don't want to keep this. I'm just gonna delete it. And I could just check the fit. So here it says it's a 52. I could delete this. I could add an avatar. Male. So I just load, right click over it and load. Okay. Just click OK. And we're gonna go into size tab. And 104A, it's a little bit bigger than the size that we have. It's an equivalent in China's because here we have China measurements. But we also have this extra large size, which I could just, he got a little bit bigger right over there. 104. Oh, it seems pretty much the same. Just it seems extra large, it's a little bit bigger. So I'm gonna keep it. And reposition the patterns. I also going to adjust the transparency of this fabric, and let's just position it here, see how it fits. It seems pretty. Oh, I got it too much big. The length is huge, right? And this is the front and this is the left. All right, so we're done here, and we're gonna just start sewing it just to check the fitting. So I'm using segment sewing. That's N of your keyboard. I could just use for sewing. It's better. So I'm gonna sew these edges, and we have symmetry, which is good. It's already sewn on the other side. So I see we have some length difference here to fix it, which is very good with this sewing tool. I could just find the mistakes of this pattern. Oh, that's super big. Just gonna bring it up a little bit. And let's close the sleeves to see how it's gonna work. And this is a big shirt. I'll lower the particle distance to make it fit better. And it's pretty big, right? I guess our Brazilian sizing is different from, maybe it's another size, I don't know. So once you're done, you just need to confirm. If you need to double check those measurements, you can use the edit pattern tool and click over a line, and you just have this line length to double check it, but we're good. And we could go to Clo3D and import the patterns here. So Clo3D, it's a little bit different. What you have to do is you can import as AI or PDF. But if you could import an image by doing this. You could just make a rectangle And once you have this measurement right here, you could just make the rectangle this size. So you could, let's use the rectangle to click over this area, and you could just type the measurements. That would be this 95.42. So it's 95.42, and the height is 106.22. 106.22, and that's it. I have the square. All right, so I've done this square on this size, and I could make this if I'm not using another software like Corel Draw to export on the correct size. But if I've exported at the correct size outside of a vector program like Corel Draw or Illustrator, it comes at the right measurement right here. So once I click import as texture and I import this image that I've exported from Corel Draw, it comes at the right measurement. So you can just double check right here, 95.41, that's 42, I would say. 106.22, 106.22, so it comes at the right measurement. I could just stick to 42 to make it more precise, and voila, we have the image right here. And we could just redraw it using the same tool. So we're gonna go with the inside Clo. The tool we're gonna use is this polygon tool, that is the H shortcut of your keyboard. And we could start making it and drawing. You could just make it bigger like this, clicking at this. And right now that I need to make a curve, I could just press Ctrl and make a very nice curve here. And let's say I'm not making this curve, I'm gonna adjust it later just to show you. Just keep making those nice curves, and I'm done. And what I need to do here is I can lower the opacity of this fabric right here and adjust this curve that I've missed. I could make it just using edit curvature, or this one that is where you edit the curve points. You add a curve point and edit the shape. You see? So I have a very nice curve here, and I could just move it around to see how it fits, what works best. So I just could drag and make this very nice line. So you could do the same thing with all the other patterns. I'm gonna make it real quick. So the grading in Clo is a little bit different, but not so much. What you're gonna do is you're gonna click over here and you're gonna press this button that says add, and you have the first size. And then it's right here, it's separated by groups, because it's supposing you have like pants right here that you want to grade to. So you could just say t-shirts here, you want to grade the t-shirt, and you want to grade the pants. So you have groups here. That's quite different. So right now I'm gonna add the sizes of this group. That's the t-shirt I'm doing. So let's say I want two sizes. I'm making 52 and 50 and 45, right? So I could just double click and rename it 52, 50 and 45. Those are the extra large sizes, or maybe I could just make large, extra large, and extra large. Okay, so once I'm done, what I should do is I should select the patterns that I need. So I'm gonna select those patterns that I'm gonna make the grade, and getting back here to the grading, I'm just gonna select this assign selected patterns. So it says all Bezier curves point will be changed to 3 curve points to grade the size properly. You just press OK. And we get those green dots that's saying you are able to grade right now. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna press edit grading, click on the size group that you want to edit, and you select the point that you want to grade. And it's the same thing here. So you want adjust all the sizes. You're just gonna edit right here. And if you want to just one by one, you could just click over, you know, the one that you want. So I'm gonna zoom in and I want to go down 2 centimeters on the y-axis. So that's the same thing. I'm gonna go -2, right? And I can see we have it a little bit to the side, so maybe 0.2. And I'm gonna press -0.2. Oops, -0.2. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lock this pattern so it won't interfere into my grading. I'm gonna press lock. So whatever I click, it's not going to work. All right, so I'm gonna go to the other point. So click and drag so you can reach this point. I'm gonna do the same, -2, and we're almost there. I guess this pattern is not so precise as the other one that I've done. Maybe I didn't trace it so well because it's not going right over the point we needed. I guess it's my mistake, and the curves are not so precise as well. What I could do here is I could copy, and if I just paste it, you know, it's gonna ask what I want to paste, but I need it to be mirrored. So I'm just gonna do it again and select mirror paste, and we have the grading right here. It's I like that this worked this way. So same thing right here, like if I have more than one data to place, I could just copy and select this point and mirror paste, you know, and we have the grading here. So this is how it works. It's pretty easy. You could just test the fitting as well. So let's add an avatar to the scene. I could go and where is the male? I like Jinho. Where's Jinho? Jinho. Like Jinho, I could add it to the workspace. Here we have the sizes, and we have numbers here. That's pretty good. I could just assign to him, and I think it's more feasible. I'm gonna just make an internal line and trace out of it. That's G of your keyboard if you wanna do it. This is my bad. Why I keep doing this? Anyways. And same thing right here. So I'm not gonna grade this time. I'm just gonna check the fitting, because this video is already way too long. If you make a mistake, you just press backspace of your keyboard and you can just redo it. Oh, if you do not reach the edge, you could just click over this and extend trim to pattern outline, and we're good. I'm gonna cut it. So now I can cut it, and we're good. Oh, the nice thing here in Clo is that if you want to keep, you know, the original shape, just in case, you could just archive your file. So you could keep for a later project and it's not gonna show in the 3D. So you still have this pattern to use in case you need to go back to the original project, okay? This is a very good option. So I don't want to keep it. I'm just gonna cut and delete, and now we can unfold. This has taken a lot of time. Let's unfold it. Unfold symmetric, unfold symmetric. And then I could just extend it a bit. Let's offset pattern outline like 30 centimeters would be great. Offset pattern outline. And we could just start sewing. Oh, I need to duplicate the sleeve. Oh, I'm using Style3D a lot lately, and I'm messing up all the shortcuts because some of them are not the same. Symmetric pattern with sewing. And we're good. And I'm gonna activate the arrangement points. Adjust opacity, of course. And I could just reset here just to help me place the outfit over him. Oh my goodness, his arrangement points are gone because of his size. I can see the belly arrangement points. And let's sew using the same keyboard as Style3D. That's what I like it. M, you can use free sewing. So if you press M, you're gonna make free sewing. It's gonna be perfect. And it's everything all right. Just double checking and simulate it. And the fit is perfect. So here we have, because I have the right number here, maybe I didn't pick the right avatar. And right here, it seems like we have some issues with the sizing because I've been checking online, and the extra large, that would be the 52 for US as well, it's 100 and 103A, and I'm looking at the sizes of the that we have available here for male, and it seems like we don't have this size. They're like missing obese avatars. You could try to search here in their assets library. I didn't have the time to do it. Maybe they have it here, but it's more related. They are like optimizing their size charts of avatars because it's more related to their first public, that is the Asian public, and they are very small. They are not this big like the US chart. And even here in Clo, they have the size charts assigned to standard, like population standards. Like we have the US standards, we have European standards. So it helps a lot because on each type of population we have some standards according to body shapes and types of obese people, and maybe they need to update that. They are working for it, but we don't have a lot of obese sizes option because you can see that this is the biggest one option that we have in the program. That would be 112C. This is the biggest. If I go for 104, it's smaller. And if I go to XXL, it doesn't have like the belly that we're supposed to have for extra large. It's just like completely entirely big, as not as big as we're expecting. You could just of course you could adjust manually, like adjusting the waist circumference and everything else. Okay, it's just that we don't have it ready here to test. So here we are with our final results and the fitting test that we've done in both softwares. Remembering that Style3D has a ray tracing option that's real-time rendered, and Clo3D the snapshot was done with a quality render. That's an option they have to showcase the outfit as well, with a little bit of shading. Okay guys, I hope you liked this tutorial. I'm sorry if I took too long to explain it, but if you really like this content, please leave us a like and subscribe to our channel so you won't miss any new videos about 3D fashion. Okay, see you later. Bye bye.